Here we are on the finals. I actually just finished watching Beatnik Bobby barely eke out a win to get here. Had a really close match against I think it was Flying Men. Black-white control deck that I already played against, so I know Beatnik Bobby's on blue-black control, which I think is a little tougher. Mainly because they have card draw and counter spells and potentially bounce spells and hexproof creatures, so and still the whole Grey Merchant Disciple of Phoenix package, which is fantastic. But I like this opening hand. I do need to hit some lands, but I've got powerful cards. It's not a fast or aggressive start, but it's keepable. It says meet again, good luck. Skyguard is solid. I figure I just run it out there because if it eats a removal, then Wingseed Rider's surviving again. I don't mind. But it doesn't even eat removal, and we do draw a land, but it's not a plains. So again, why did I add that 19th land, that extra white source? Trying to get these Wingseed Riders online. I'm a little scared to Inferno Fist because I don't have God's Willing. And I'm scared to Defiant Strike because then I don't have any white mana to keep feet open. So I just test the waters, hit for one, and do nothing. He also does nothing, which is weird. Like, he should play Read the Bones. We'd draw the white, which is perfect. So now I can Inferno Fist. Alright, that brings the Freakish Cure, which is a huge blowout. So now I get a 6/4. Wow. Good luck dealing with that in mono black. He goes, yuck. Yeah. Again, Inferno Fist doesn't cantrip, but it deals a lot of damage. It's much better than Hammer Hand, I think, in this deck. So he hits his blue mana, Feast of Dreams. Alright. And I talked to him about that. I basically said, Feast of Dreams is not a main deckable card. It's basically blank against so many other decks is the only problem. It's a perfect sideboard card, but... So at this point, he's not killing my guys right away, so I figure he can't. And again, look, these Wingseed Riders are doing work where the 1/1 for 1 in red wouldn't have done a single thing. So here, he can pick his poison. Takes the God's Willing. He's just I think we're just talking about. Oops. Yeah, we're talking about the metagame. And really, I only saw Godzo play white-white, mono-white last week and win with it. But before that, nobody was playing mono-white. And barely anybody's playing Boros. Like... It's just it's there, but not many people are playing it. Most people are playing black control decks, actually, black blue and black white, mono black, and then like blue red was popular for a while, but like most people just play what they play. That's the thing. Like there's mono green decks, there's mono red decks. Like you just can't get around them. But yeah, so we land Defiant Strike and crash in for 6. He took the God's Willing Disciple of Phoenix, so we can't protect our guy. He's got Death Touch, equipped to give it flying, and he's at 5. So if I attack with both of my flyers, I could put him down to 3, but then he can just re-equip his sandals. So here I'm more content with just playing another Wingseed Rider and saying go. And he just doesn't want to get burned out. Yeah, he was dead to Lightning Strike that turn. Font of Return doesn't do anything. Eternal Thirst doesn't quite do anything. Crone Crusader doesn't do anything. So we're at a point right now, though, where if I attack with everybody, I put him down to 2. And I trade his guy. his flying death touch guy, which means he's gonna have to re-equip, which will cost 2 more mana. So I feel like I like that spot, and now I can just empty my hand. He was dead to any heroic spell, pretty much any heroic spell there too. Would have been good, so he was commenting on that, trying to say, no burn, no pump. But I went wide. His guy gained a counter and has lifelink. Merchant, wow, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go to 9. That's actually really huge. But by playing Merchant, he was not able to equip Feet Feather Sandals, so I'm able to crack back for 4 right away, despite drawing a blank. So another Merchant, and I'm looking like crap. Read the Bones. That card's perfect. Like, it actually helps me kill him. And there's not much relevant he can do the rest of the turn. Yeah, so none of that's relevant. So again, he's in a spot where he only has 1 flyer, and he's got 4 guys back, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I have a heroic spell, I can to make this guy have any power. 2 of my guys will go unblocked, and all I need to do is make one of those 2 guys not have 1 power. So if I chain heroic spells here, I'm good. And Dragon Mantle is pretty solid. Now I think about putting it on this guy here, and attacking with everything, but then I just realize he's only got 1 flyer. I have 2 flyers. He's going to gain 2 life, so my all-out attack isn't that well advised, because he's actually at 5. And I just don't like it that much. So I debate, but I think I end up putting this on a Winged Steed. Plus it also lets me, when I attack, use the Winged Steed to pump itself to kill the Phoenix. Draw the Chosen by Heliod. This is comboing, going off. So I actually think he's not quite dead. Yeah, I don't think he's really dead that turn, but he concedes here anyway. I'm trying to figure it out though. I mean, I'm gonna have a 3/3 and a 3/5. He has to block both because they're lethal, right? But he gains 2 and goes to 5, so I kind of mistapped. Because I have Dragon Mantle here, I should have tapped white. I was still going to draw a card, but should have tapped white. That means I could pump this up to 5 power. That means he has to block here. If he blocks here, he gains 2, goes to 5, but then I pump with red, and he's dead. So he has to block here. He doesn't kill my guy. I pump once. He goes to 5, takes 3. And then whatever I draw. See, I can't draw a card. Even if I did draw a card, it won't let me see. But yeah, so that was interesting. Fought through a Merchant. Alright, I think that was game 1. And then I sideboard in, Pillar of Lights and stuff. Alright. He's also on 68 cards. That's interesting. Okay, 0 land, Mull. 6, Sneep Mull. This hand's not good enough actually, because I don't think it can win the game. I have to draw lands and creatures. Here, yeah, it's just like better than any 3-card hand. He says his hand's no good either, but whatevs. Play my land. He is stuck on land as well. He mulled. But he's playing 68 cards, so he deserves to probably get mana screwed. We, on the other hand, mulled to 4. Saw 7-0 land, 6-0 land, 5 1 land, awful hand, 4 1 land. So here, at some point I try to God's Willing his guy, and then I realize you can only target your own creatures, which really stinks. I really want to God's Willing his guy. But we just can't buy a land, and we're just discarding the Crusaders because I think he has, Fester Gloom sided in, so. Pillar Light because he has no targets. It's not really relevant, but turn 9, just 1 land. So I'm not dead yet, but I'm pretty dead. He's attacking for potentially, 5 to 6 per turn, so I have just 2 turns and not enough mana to really do anything relevant. So chalk that one up to variance. No big deal. I like being on the play anyway. Being on the play is pretty sweet against anybody because our deck likes to beat down. I like having untapped lands. This hand's not great, but it has our colors, and again, all we need to do is draw spells. So that's why, we have 19 lands. It's a lower land count. Second Wing Speed Rider is pretty solid. Alright, land's pretty annoying there. I figure we just run Winged Seed Rider out because we have a replacement, but it also gives him the short amount of time since I know he's on a bunch of cards. It's kind of weird. Hopefully it survives, and if it does, we can Chosen by Heliod it. It does not, and this is pretty awkward too because we don't have a third white. So I decide, well, YOLO, we have to run this Winged Steed Rider out there without protecting it. If he has another removal spell, we're pretty much can't win this game. But he plays Servant of Timuret, which is dead. Lightning Strike before it can regenerate. Evolving Wilds, find a Plains. Chosen by Heliod, our guy, so falls into another followed by another Chosen by Heliod. So because this Winged Steed Rider is alive, we're not just totally dead. And we have God's Willing to protect it now, which is pretty sick. So here I'm probably going to lead with Defiant Strike. Yeah. Gets in extra damage and perfect. Skyguard needs something that can boost its toughness, which is the Chosen by Heliod, which is what we want. So I get to brown him for 5 this turn and leave God's Willing open, 1 to protect our Winged Steed Rider, but 2, yeah, that's totally fine. At this point in the game, we're actually, slow down, slow your roll, replay. At this point in the game, yeah, we can see we have a flyer, we're going to Chosen it, so our flyers are out of his small removal range, and with God's Willing back up and him never being able to block, we're just drawing super live. Chosen. Wow, Dragon Mantle is perfect draw. Yeah, Mountain is even fantastic, so I mean we get to hit him for 6 from 12. He says, yeah, need the top deck. And it doesn't even matter what he top decks. I mean, Grey Merchant would be a good card for him to hit. He would gain 5. But yeah, take 2. And he scoops. I think he says something like he needed me to block. And then he revealed his hand afterwards. That stinks. The replays quit after someone concedes and does the whole revealing hand or drawing hand doesn't show up, which is really annoying. So I might have to start actually streaming live or saving the video live, and that would actually save a lot of time for me too because it takes double time to do these replays. But basically he just had Fester Gloom. If I blocked and God's Willing, I don't know. He would need to have like double Feast of Dream to kill this guy. Either way, you can't have it all. And when my deck's just very proactive and protecting its proactiveness very efficiently, and it has some pretty explosive turns. I think that one turn in particular for going from 2 power to 11 power. Kind of in the middle of the game too, or like kind of early in the middle. Like maybe, I can't remember if it was turn 4, 5, or 6 or something, but pretty outrageous. I love the changes that I made to the deck, and if I had to make any more changes, it'd probably just be a little bit more efficient removal in the sideboard. What else was there? Was something I was thinking. Not Hammer Hand or Titan Strength. Potentially more of the Fist. But I can't even remember what that's called right now. The Iron Fist. The Shock Fist is what they... the Shocker. 2 mana, Heroic, 1 red, Shock. Inferno Fist. Maybe Last Breath would be good, but I really am opposed to letting my opponent gain any amount of life when I am aggressively attacking their life total. It gives them additional draw steps and additional time, which I'm trying to prevent at all costs. I was actually thinking like even blue-white would be pretty cool to try to put in things like, negate Disdainful Stroke, the one that can draw 2 cards, Heroic, Fate Foretold, something like that, if the creature dies. But red just seems to be pretty explosive and pretty damage oriented, so yeah, so that's how I undefeated on SPDC, and then immediately after that I played my week 4 match of the MTGO strat, so I'll post a video of that as well, but I won't put it in this playlist. I'll put it in the other playlist just along with the other matches for that league. Alright, thanks for watching.